Friends of all ages, we're going to do it again. We're going to attempt to clean some of this mess up. If you can tell, look at the progress that I've made up there. So we got boxes. We'll take you up there a little later. But in crazy busy week, had to push the live off till tonight. Just couldn't do it last night. Wasn't prepared. Didn't have anything taken down for you guys. So we're just been another watching me climb up and down ladders. But I got all my impacts, most of my impacts down, and most of this clutter that we took down last time is now up on the shelf. So let's get right into it. First thing we're gonna do tonight is clean these old Nelson snap and reins. So these were in my front yard. I don't know if I ever did a video of them in the front yard, but I did my irrigation this year before I got the driveway done. So these naturally came out, but they're dirty. They don't make them anymore. I got the boxes. So we're gonna clean them up, put them back in. So hope you guys join me, come along for the ride, watch me do this later. Speed through the video if you don't want to watch me do this, but we are going to just get all this fluffery off of here, dead grass and all that stuff. So just got some Dawn dish soap and some water. So if you haven't seen these before, they're really neat. They have automatic drain valves in the bottom of them. So pretty much quick connect right in the top there. This entire assembly goes down into the ground. Just like that. It's a riser, just like a normal rotor. Then you can daisy chain as many as your water supply will allow. And then when you're done with it, it actually drains itself. You don't have to worry about them. They can stay in all year round. Really, really cool for people who either can't dig up their landscape or that don't want to. So we're just gonna take all these apart, drop them in there. I found some really neat stuff. So stuff that I got years ago that I forgot about. Impacts, namely brass impacts. So we'll go through those first. We're gonna get these cleaned and put back in their packages. So now we got two guys in here, two people. Sorry if you're not a guy. I guess can't limit ourselves to only guys, can we? Anyway, we'll get those soaking. Get this all set up here. Oh, there we go. Messed that up, but so you guys can get back in. Man, the grass just absolutely destroys the roots. Just destroy the top casing of these things. I don't know if you can see that, but they're all mumbo jumboed in there. See? It's just crazy. We're gonna have to let those soak. We're gonna let them soak. We'll come back to them. Hey, I see you, Spanish fried eggs. What a name. Where'd you come up with the Spanish fried eggs? So let's just get right into it. So got a couple Nelson Alpha 2s on bases here. It's pretty neat. One's green, one's yellow, exact same base. I actually have three of these. One I actually use in the backyard. They're pretty neat. But this one here has a broken arm. So we have the arm right here. That will be a future video, getting that onto there. But Nelson Alpha 2s, really cool PJ arms on them. I don't know if Rainbird stole it from Nelson, or if Nelson stole it from Rainbird. I think Nelson probably copied Rainbird, but yeah, the precision jet works pretty good. It's a really hard angle. How did that break? In shipping, I think. If you look, try and get a good. Here, I'll set this one down. Try to get the trigger point here. So it's not actually the deflector arm that broke. It's the screw that holds it in there. So see the little screw in there? That guy bolts on like that. And the screw head snapped off. So when I got it in the mail, this naturally was disconnected from there. So I'm assuming that the screw broke in shipping. I got a partial refund. They let me keep the sprinkler. So, but anyway, what I was saying was the Precision Jet, the PJ arm. Look at that. It's a hard angle, 290s. So it's not as elegant as the PJ 25 Rainbird. I'll grab one just to show you guys. I think I have one here. If I can find one. So there's a Rainbird PJ 25. See how it's more of an S? See how this doesn't quite come to 90 right here? It's more of an S bend. And that is a very hard 90. So here's your Rainbird, and that's your Nelson. Very, very, very similar in their construction. So I have a video. I didn't get around to shooting this guy this year. I might, we still got some time in October, so we might get this guy videoed. But I have a video of a PJ 25 on my channel, so might redo it though. I'm looking into getting a better camera for like slow-mo for the impacts. They just the Samsung that I have right now just doesn't really capture the slow motion all that well. And that's really neat to watch these guys in slow motion. So anyway, there's the Nelsons. So that's like your residential all round. You can water a huge area with these. All brass trigger assemblies. Really, really robust sprinklers. So, moving on up. This is what we're dealing with tonight, guys. This is what we're dealing with. Is literally just buckets of impacts that I've collected over the years and never use. So let's get right into it. A Buckner Rainer 860. So this is like would be your field irrigation full circle 360. Yeah, the normal impacts everyone used to have. That's right. I still enjoy, turning it on, going into the backyard and just listening to them operate. It's just the sounds of summer, right? But this guy would be like your golf course greens, like farm fields, like fruit berry fields that use impact sprinkler irrigation, and they'd have 70 of these things just in a line, a big pump, and these are 360. Spreader nozzle on the back, drive nozzle on the front. This guy was saved. He was actually in a bin going to the scrap. That's why they don't have any nozzles in them, and the bearing seized on it. So he's just, I put it in a sandblaster, glass media blasted it, and that is a relic. It's probably never going to work again, but nice to have nonetheless. So moving farther into the thing here, what I have here is a Buckner 155. It's a 6155 actually. And what I find really cool about this, it came like this, but I'm pretty sure that this would have been a pop-up sprinkler impact because of that nut. That nut on top there would have held a lid on top of here, and this would have sat in the case like a Rainbird 15111A. And it's about the right size. Like, it's not very big. It's about the right size. Awesome runner. Really, really good tight area sprinkler. So tiny. Very, very tiny. Really fast action. But the nozzle isn't like, it's not that tiny. It's very big for a small sprinkler like this. So I would guess that's like a probably 5/16 nozzle, maybe a 3/16 nozzle. Nah, it'll be 5/16. But pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. Got your diffuser screw here. No PJ arm, just your standard spoon drive. And again, with the brass trigger assembly and stainless steel triggers. So you can have full circle or any pattern that you'd like, probably down to, I think these go down to 30 degrees. Yeah, so that's pretty much. Yeah, if it's got the I've never seen it though. The right on top there. I don't know if you can see that. 6155. Turn it around. But yeah, it's really neat. I have to do some more research on this. But maybe Antique Sprinklers, if you're watching this, there's one for you. First question of the night. What do we got here? So I really want to do, I don't want to shoot videos of each individual impact that I have. I really want to do them in like series. So have one video with a whole bunch of like homeowner residential impacts. So like the Buckner that we see here, the Rainbird 25, the Nelson Alpha 2s, the you know, just all of the, like the Rainbird 35, for example, the PJ 35, all of the sprinklers you can run on an irrigation, or sorry, run on a residential irrigation system. And then we gradually move up into like the PJ 65s, the 850 Buckner Rainers, the bigger sprinklers that they would use on like small turfs type projects and fields and stuff like that. And then, of course, we'll get to the huge golf course, like the Rainbird 80s and the 70 EWs and all that stuff. But yeah, so that's probably what I'm going to do next year, is put together some long form videos of a whole bunch of impacts in one video. Just so we can really pack a lot of content in, and it actually is worth watching the video. You can see a lot of different sprinklers. Namely just because I don't know the history on a lot of these. Like I do my rotors, like geared rotors and old pop-up impacts. I could talk about those all day long, but the old brass impacts, I don't have a lot of history on them. So that's what I'm hoping to learn. I'm hoping to learn from the community, you guys watching these lives and maybe commenting on them as I go. And the more research I do, the more I'm into these impacts and less into the rotors. But rotors is where I started, so that's where I'm going to stay. So anyway, we got a few of these in the collection, but then I have an absolute pile of PJ25 Rainbirds. Some with the splash deflectors. These are like, I don't know what you'd call these, deflector arms. And then some with just the regular screw. I like the screw better. These really, really flatten out. I found a Rainbow 25 PJ buried in a bush, and I was able to restore it, which works really well. That's amazing. Man, you should, if you don't have a video of it already, you should definitely get a video up of that. I really like that. Saving sprinklers and hearing stories of, you know, you find old abandoned systems places, and then you keep it alive and you use them. That's really great. This one's actually been repaired before. You can kind of see where it's not tin and it's not bronze. I think they soldered it back on there. I haven't used this one, so we'll see. But from the factory, they come just bronzed. A couple little compression tabs there, and then they're just bronzed in there. But these have to be for a small, like residential lawn. These have to be my favorite. Small. Is the screw version older? I wish I knew. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that the screw version would be, yeah, see, this is a PJ-FP, and this is a PJ-DA. So I think they're just different models. think they're just different models. The FP and the DA. So the DA, you get the diffuser screw, and the FP, you get the I don't know what you call that, a plate, a flattening plate. It really, so what I was saying, it really flattens out the stream when you use these, and it really broadcasts it out wide. So if you're up against a sidewalk or a driveway, this really isn't the way to go. This more just diffuses it out in the stream more, so you don't get that flattening effect. You just get that kind of diffusing effect, so closer to the head. But those are the 25s. Really, really neat sprinklers. I like them. For small areas, 25s are where it's at. So we're going to set those right in front of us here. So here's another one that is almost a copy of the Alpha. And it's a Champ. Rain Champ, I think. U61A. So spoon drive. Identical counterweight to the Alpha. The Nelson Alpha 2. But you have brass trigger points here. Or sorry, brass triggers. And this one doesn't have any trigger points on it, but it does have the capability. So I got these in a lot, like a sprinkler lot on eBay. A guy was selling just a bin of sprinklers, and that's literally how they've stayed. It's just in a bin. So I'm hoping to catalog them and be able to use them. There is the Champ U61A. That's pretty neat. I only have one of those. So here's a Royal Coach that is just like the Buckner that I showed earlier. So there's the Royal Coach version. Nearly identical. A little bit different weight on the Buckner. A little bit thicker arm on the Royal Coach. Same category as sprinkler though, 1/2 inch. Small area. This one's got a, I can read it. I want to say 530 seconds. Yeah, 530 seconds nozzle in it. So really tiny little thing. You can run that with next to no pressure. So pretty cool there. And here's a regular Rainbird 25, just for comparison. Here's a 25 PJ. That's a regular 25 spoon drive. Pretty cool, eh? Sorry, I guess it's not 25, it's a 20. So a lot lighter armature. A lot smaller nozzle. Exact same category though. One's just got the PJ arm. One's a spoon drive. Really fast action on this guy. So moving into the low angle category here. I have a lid to a Royal Coach pop impact. It probably would have been a pop version of the impact, yes. You know what? I want to see a picture of that. That would be awesome. That would be cool. You're probably right. It probably went right on top of that sprinkler, and I just, you know, didn't get the base with it. But this is a Nelson 04. So look at how flat that nozzle trajectory is. Extremely, extremely flat. So this would be perfect for like your field irrigation or in an area that with a lot of trees. You put this on your stand and that's like a 15-degree angle almost. That's going to be extremely flat. and you won't get the distance in the fly, in the water fly, but you'll get the angle will stay low and it'll clear all the branches. No, they're not. They're low angle. I think they're so cool. They're really neat little sprinklers. I have the big brother to this here. I'll grab it right now. So here's the F33A. Low angle. There's the 04. Low angle. So this is a 3/4 inch impact. It's got a rear spreader nozzle port and a front drive nozzle. Full 360. Low angle. This one's got a leaky bearing on it. But there's actually a video up on my channel of this in the 3/4 impact category. Super cool, super clean. But yeah, there's the little guy and the big brother. So hope to get a little low angle show going on. It'll be neat. And then this is just a copy of that Buckner I had up here earlier. This is a Wade Rain WR33. Again, 3/4 inch impact, full circle. They'd use this on golf courses, field irrigation for your low crops like berries, anything that requires impact irrigation. But yeah, just a direct copy of a Buckner Wade Rain. So I have a couple of the 40s actually. That's another 40. Low angled. That's pretty neat in its own self. Can you imagine a whole field of these? It'd just be really neat to see. Yeah, here's a unique one for you. I have no idea what it is. It was in there. Let me see if I can find a name for you guys. It's a wedge drive. And no, it's got no markings on it whatsoever. Let's have a look at that. It's a 1/2 inch impact. And it's a wedge drive. So this wedge just flutters back and forth to get your action. And then you can set it to full circle or part circle right there. Just by flipping this little contraption. And then your trip points are back here. Isn't that cool? So if you guys know what this is, feel free to tell me. But it was just in a bin that I got in a sprinkler lot. And I have no clue. No clue what it is. But pretty unique nonetheless. Pretty unique. So here's a newer model PJ. Rainbird 25 PJ. So instead of the copper arm that they would have, the tube, the PJ tube they called it, what they did was most of those likely came from orchards. Yeah, you're right. What they did is they just went cheap and did a stamped arm there. So out with the copper, in with the brass, and it's just, you can see the casting marks in it. Just a cheaper way of doing it. Doesn't work quite as good as the PJ tube. But that's the regular newer model PJ. And then the rest of them in this bin are just 25 PJs. Like I said, I have a ton of 25 PJs. This one, really cool. This one used to be in a 15111A. And you can tell it's got the strip, the broken off cap screw there. Yes, they are. The newer 25 PJs are still made. They're just such a versatile sprinkler. You can put them on a base. You can have them in a field, have them in a pop-up. as this was the case with the 25 PJ. The older style with the tube, the 15111A was an underground pop-up. We saw those in the last live, but they're just great sprinklers, great impacts. I don't think Rainbow will ever stop making them. So that was we're pretty much at the bottom of this bin. We just have another Buckner 155. So off camera, I'm going to category all these, save you guys the painfulness of watching me just write a bunch of numbers down. So now we got the bigger stuff here. Should we go right to the big boys? Rainbird 70. This is a 70E. So it's a 1-inch. This one's got the key on it, the quick connect key. It's a 1-inch impact. I'm surprised they don't make the 15111As anymore. I am too. You know what? The 15111As really, you know, they just got priced out of production pretty much. You had a massive case. I don't even have one out right now, but you had a massive case. You know, a nice impact in that case, and then the thing was like this big, and you know it was an open case design, so the thing comes up, gets full of leaves and branches, and just wasn't as reliable as a closed case rotor. And when you can buy, you know, a Rainbird 5000 for $20 or a Hunter PGP for even less than that, or some of the knockoffs for even less than that, like we're talking like $8 a sprinkler somewhere, or some places, it just doesn't make sense to put in an underground impact anymore of that size. And yeah, it just with the way properties are now, smaller lawns, you'd be hard pressed to get a 15111A to irrigate a small lawn effectively and efficiently. You'd have a lot of splash and a lot of overshoot, and they're just not as efficient as the rotors. So they unfortunately got cut like a lot of the good sprinklers did. But this guy, these are relics. These are golf course sprinklers. This came, I have a few of them. They all came from a golf course that was, they ripped up their old pipes and they put in rotors. But I have a video, not of this specific sprinkler, but of a 70 EW. This is an E. The EW just has a slightly different arm on it, and it's got a longer spreader nozzle on it. But that is a beast of a sprinkler. So this one, it's actually, I said EW. If you look, this is a 70E marked on the body. This is not the original arm that came on this sprinkler. It probably got broken. They ordered the parts. This is a 70 EW arm. So the only difference, a 70 EW body, just, yeah, I've got 2 EWs, which I got a lot of years ago. Yeah, they're relics. They are cool, and they're going up in price. Like a used one now is like $200. It's just brutal. But it's a 70 EW. And then I've just got another one, a little bit shorter key on it. But that's a 70E as well. But you need just an insane amount of pressure to run these. I can run one if I put a small drive nozzle in it, turn off the spreader. These have adjustable spreaders, so you can see the little screw right there, adjustable spreader nozzles. But yeah, I can run one with my sprinkler pump, but not for not very long distance. Doesn't shoot very far. You don't get that good of action out of them anyway. And there's 2 70s, just massive impacts. So next down the line is the 65 PJ. So this is the 35's big brother. I have a 35. I have to find it. It might be outside still. I was using it this year. But again, not a hard 90. They really kind of keep that S. Tends to drive the arm a little bit better. Got the $270 for $36. Jeez. That's amazing. That's good for you. That's a great price. I really like the 65. The 65 PJ is one of my favorite 1-inch impacts, just for the fact of it's a really robust design, really strong. Everything's durable and thick on it. It's got a nice big spring, huge counterweight at the back. Look at how far that thing sticks out. When when you get like 60 PSI on this thing, the action you get out of it, this arm swings like way out here, and it just sounds amazing. It's just a really, really nice sounding impact. Full circle and part circle in one. I have 2 of these. This one, excuse me, this one is my part sprinkler, but it just doesn't have the trigger assembly on it. So it actually, oh, it does have the pin. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it does have the pin. There we go. So full circle, you pop this pin up, and it hides right inside the trigger assembly, and it just goes around and around. Part circle, you drop that pin down in between. It helps if you actually get it in between the trigger points. And it just operates as it should. It's a little stiff, hasn't been used yet. But just massive, massive triggers. So there it is. 65 PJ. What else we got in here? A couple of old keys. I really like the keys. They do. You know what? They still make the 35. It's a 35A now, I think. They don't make the PJ anymore, but it's a spoon drive. I think I have a few up there. But they did. They're just amazing impacts. They last forever, as noted by they're still in use today. But I always like to have a couple of these keys. I have a 1-inch quick connect valve out in my lawn that'll fit a 55K key. This is a 3/4 inch key. You don't see these too often. So the label designation on this is a 44K key. Just something else in my collection that I'll never ever use. So what do we got? We got a couple more low angle Nelsons. It actually is marked 15 degrees on there. So we got a couple low angle Nelsons, F33As. And then I'm picking from the crate here, guys. So these are all just Taiwanese knockoffs of the 1/2-inch sprinklers. So we're not going to waste any time on those. Those are boring. They're silly. They're not even brass. They're colored metal. So this looks like, yeah, so this is a copy of the Alpha, the Nelson Alpha 2. They even copy sprinklers. It's crazy. What else do we got in here? This kind of neat, a Rainbird 28H aluminum arm on that guy. You run that with very, very low pressure and get great action out of it. The AH. Here's another 20. Another Royal Coach. This is a Royal Coach 500 131. Pretty neat little guy there. Another Rainbird. This is Rainbird 20. Then, speaking of golf courses, I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of these before. This is a 51 DR. Yeah, they have. So that is a Rainbird 51 DR, which is a massive golf course sprinkler. Look at the spreader nozzle on that thing. Drive nozzle is really small. Spreader nozzle, not so small. This is before, this is like the first introduction before they came out with the like the Eagle series, like I showed here. What we went through last week was the first Eagle series. This is what they had before that. So you can see the case is kind of similar, right? You got your we're falling over there. You got your solenoid there. Manual operation. Your PJ tubes are on the bottom, or on the side there. Rock screen on the bottom. Everything that the Eagle rotor has, but instead of being a rotor inside, it's an impact head. So these came in a lot of different variations. I don't know a lot about the impact Rainbirds, golf course Rainbirds, but there's like the 51, the 41, there's a 36, there might have been a 24. There's a whole bunch of different ones, and they kind of went with the same thing as the Eagle rotors. Was they just made a really big one for fairways, smaller one for like greens, part circle models of each of those, and then kind of like a mid-range one. But this one, the manufacturing date on this one is May 16th, 2001. Stamped right there. So yeah, that's the predecessor to the Eagle, guys. Really cool. Let's see if I can find a 35 for you. Yeah, what do we got in here? A bunch of nozzles. What do we got up here? Oh, there's one we can look at. There's 35. So this is what they still make. Rainbird still makes. No, not that long ago. Yeah, 2001. Not that long ago. But before that, like in the 90s, they had the like the 70 EWs would still be out on the golf courses. So that's a Rainbird 35A. So that's what they still make today. And my PJ and a couple of my other 35s are still in the backyard. But that's what they make today. So same exact design. As it falls apart. Not sure what that was. But the only difference is the arm is stamped now. It's not it's cast. It's not a copper arm anymore. A nice brass weight on there. It's actually all brass. So it's kind of neat there. And then I forgot about this guy. This is the 14070, which is in between the 35 and the 65. So this is when they introduced a rear spreader nozzle. This one's blocked off just so I can run it. Nice big drive nozzle. Huge arm. But it's a 3/4 inch impact. Doesn't step up into the 1 inch category yet. Just really cool. Super cool. We got 7 people in here. Start commenting. Say something. Don't be shy. I feel like I'm hanging out with Spanish fried eggs all alone here. But for those of you that just joined, we're just going through some of the impacts. And we were soaking these Nelson Snap and Rains. So they're pretty much done now. So we're going to get them all drained out and put them back in their boxes. And then once we're done here, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to category all these impacts that we went through tonight, write them down, and put them in their own boxes, which will be kind of cool. But yeah, that's the turret of the Nelson Snap and Rain, which is the exact same as like a 5000 series Nelson, 5500 series Nelson, sorry. And the 6500 series Nelsons, exact same. You only get about a 4-inch pop-up out of them though, so Make sure you mow your grass. So, what kind of sprinklers do you guys like? Where did you get those snapping rings? I got them off eBay. I got 2 of them off Marketplace, actually. And I have 7 of them all together. So I got 2 of them off Marketplace and the rest off eBay. And that was before the price on them went absolutely silly. They used to be like $20 a piece on eBay if you could find them, and now they're like 70. I haven't seen one under $50 in like 2 years, so it's pretty crazy. The price of sprinklers, you know, it's nuts. But you gotta take care of your stuff. Especially, you know, counts for all things. Chainsaws, water sprinklers, lawnmowers, cars, anything you get, take care of it. I'll take care of you. So I can't say I'll ever probably put these back in the ground, but still, they're pretty nice to see. Pretty nice to have. But, yeah. Do you have any irrigation going on at your place? Do you have any irrigation projects on the horizon? Let me know. We can talk about that for a little bit. Probably only gonna stay on for another 20 or so minutes. I don't want to drag these lives out too much. They get hard to watch and hard to keep up on, and I'm not too good at them yet, so I'm really kind of just finding my way through this. So let me know if you have any tips, or if you're enjoying it, or what you want to see, and I can make it happen. And to put in more impacts in my backyard. Yeah, sweet. Like rainbirds, or like Nelson's, Buckner's. What are we talking? Brass impacts or plastic? So try to get all these roots out of here. Look at that. You just dig in there and never to come out again. I did a restoration video of a 15111A on my channel, and I sped this part up. Unfortunately, can't do that. Rainbird, since that's what I have right now. Absolutely, use what you have. You know, it's really cool to be able to collect, but you gotta use what you have and be happy with what you have and make it work. So that's why I only had these before I did my system. I have 5000 series rainbirds in the front now. I'm working on a video for those guys, for my whole irrigation system actually, but it's not done yet. But I had these in the ground because I didn't have a tractor to dig, and I didn't want to pay thousands of dollars to get someone to put in an irrigation system for me, so just used what I had. So are we talking like 15111s or 15103s, like the maxi paws? The maxi paws you can run a lot of on the same zone. They're really nice. I like them. Before we end tonight, I'll take you up there and I'll show you a couple. I'll show you my maxi paw collection. It's not the entire thing, but it's just what I have organized so far. So it'll be good. That's pretty much got one. It's got one all clean, guys. Maxi paws, 5111As, maypaws. Oh, nice. You're doing a whole variety. I like that. Same zones or different zones? What's going on, Johnny? We're just we just went through some impacts, and we're cleaning up some snapping reins here and putting them back in their boxes because we no longer use them. So there's kind of like, if you haven't seen them, there's kind of like what they do. They have these little yellow connectors, quick connects, and you have a little cap here. You unscrew that cap, throw it on there, as many as you want. Nothing going on, eh, Johnny? Are you into irrigation? You like sprinklers? What are you into these days? I wasn't too sure how these live streams were gonna go because there's only so many sprinklers. Just got home from Taco Bell. Right on. Taco Bell's delicious. Not gonna lie. Won't have too many of them up here in Canada though, especially Northern Ontario. Man, these things get messy. So fried eggs, what are we talking? All the same zone on those three, or you gonna split them up? The 15-111s, I can't see running too many of those on a zone unless you have really good water supply. Man, these things are dirty. Basically live in a gravel pit, so. By the way, how do I get a 1-inch thing that I can use for my Hunter I-25? You mean like a 1-inch adapter? I'll show you. So these are, this is 1.25 inches. This is a massive 1 inch spot. I'll do random ones each zone for variety. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be sweet. All right. So you go to Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever you have in your area hardware store. You get these reducer bushings. So this is I said 1.25 inches. I lied. That's 1.5 inches. My bad. This is 1.5 inches down to 1.25 inches, then 1.25 inches down to 1 inch. So for an I-25, let's see if I can find one for you. So we'll rock with an I-35, exact same as the I-25, just a bit cooler. You want to get a 1 inch to 3/4 reducer bushing in there, and then that will go onto your stand. Do you have a sprinkler stand yet? Like a 3/4 inch or a 1/2 inch stand that you can attach your I-25 onto? Because that's very important. So if you have a 1/2 inch, you're going to want to get a 1 inch to 1/2 inch reducer. You're going to be hard pressed to run an I-25 with a 1/2 inch reducer in there just because it's going to cut the flow down immensely. I would go with a 3/4. But you grab, I'll see if I can find one here. Hold on a second. Stars have aligned. You have the spikes in the other ones. Okay. So there's your bushing. There's your sprinkler. Don't put any pipe dope or anything on here. You can put a little bit of thread tape on if you want to. Don't put a lot on because it's metal going into plastic. You can get plastic reducers too, which are even better. You put that into your I-25. If your spikes are 1/2 inch, this is going to be 1/2 inch. So you're going to go 1 inch to 1/2 inch reducer bushing. Boom. That goes right on top of your pipe, just like that. Really cool, really simple. You're going to want you're going to want like a booster pump or something, or you have to put the smallest nozzle you can. I think it's the orange, the number 7, I think, nozzle for I-25. So there you go. This is just the 35. It's the same as the 25. It's just an older sprinkler. I only have 1/2 inch. Roll with it. Put her on there. You can get like those little booster pumps, little sprinkler pumps. And 1/2 inch will be no problem if you have a pump. But that's how you do that. Garage's kind of a mess still. I only have the 7s. Yep, the orange ones. That's good. That's the smallest nozzle for a 25. You should go with a. You should get an I-20. These are the I-20s. They're 3/4 inch rotors, and they go down much smaller nozzles, much smaller. They're like the 5000 series Rainbirds and stuff like that. The I-25 is really like you're stepping up into turf irrigation with an I-25. You can still do residential lawns too, but I can't get it out. Oh, the 7s. I don't have any I-25s up here, I don't think. But the I-25s are kind of tricky. No, I only have a 40 up there, but we'll use the 35. Can't get it out, but it was used. Yeah. So the older ones, you see this little divot in there? That's made so you can get a screwdriver in there and pluck it out. The 25s, I don't think have that. What I've had to do is, if you can get like a Rainbird tool or a tiny little flathead screwdriver, get it in behind the nozzle and just try and pry it out. If you can't do that, unscrew the retention screw, put it on your standpipe, turn the water on. Sometimes it'll blast it right out. If it's really stuck in there, I've had to put a screw into the middle nozzle port and extract it that way. So you get a big screw or a bolt or something, you thread it down in there. You're going to wreck the nozzle doing that. And then you have something to pull it out with. But if you can't get it out and you want to change it, then you're that's the only thing you can do. So that's why I wish they all had those little recesses in them. You could just get something behind them, pry it out, away you go. Super, super easy. So I like the 25s though. I really do. Really nice, robust sprinklers. They've made them for eons. They just keep making them. They're expensive now though. Real expensive. So yeah, get these guys cleaned up. You guys liking this so far? How's the lives doing? You guys like the live format? We can try and do some live sprinkler testing too. Then I don't have to just keep you in my garage and you can watch me display sprinklers all day. But we can do some live demonstrations. I'm gonna get a couple more sprinkler stands built. Maybe that's what I can do. We can build a sprinkler stand together. Because I always get questions. Pretty much every video that has it in the video, I always get questions. How do you make one of those? So maybe we can do that together before the year's out. The nozzle's broke, so that's why I need to get it out. There you go. If it's broken already, get the biggest size screw you can get, or self-tapping screw you can get. Throw it in there, yank it out with a pair of pliers. Just make sure that retention screw, like this little guy, I keep putting things away. So make sure that there's a little screw right down underneath that triangle. Make sure that's oof. The main port has a piece of plastic missing from it. How the heck did that happen? You know what? Just drill it out then. Grab a drill, throw your the biggest bit you can get, drill it out, and then just get in there with a pair of pliers and pluck it out. That's crazy. It must have been like kicked or had an impact of some sort. Yeah, really make sure that screw's backed out, because that'll make things very difficult for you. You like the live streams? That's good. I like the live streams too. I'm not that comfortable with them yet, but hopefully as time goes on. Probably won't do one every week, just because we'll run out of things to talk about really, really fast. And like I said, I only have so many sprinklers, and I don't plan on really getting that many more, because we haven't even gone through 25% of the old collection yet. So, but all in due time, right? All in due time. So I'm going to get this last one cleaned here. Let's drain all the water out of that guy there. And then I'll take you up to the top where I've started to put things away. Everything that comes down off the shelf is getting written down. It's going to be in an Excel sheet. And then everything that goes back up on the shelf is in that Excel sheet before it goes back up on the shelf. Because I lose track of stuff way too easily. Oh, goodness. So these are actually in the ground for 4 years. And I use them. Oops, yeah, there you go. Nelson reliability. The cap is the only thing that keeps this riser together. So when the cap comes off and it's out of its body, she comes all flying over. Do I have any other hobbies? You know, you remember when I thought your channel was dead since you didn't post for a while? Yes, I do. That's where I remember you from. Yes, I do. Yeah, it was like a year. It was almost a year, I think, since I posted a video. It was yeah, it was crazy. I have 3 kids, and you know, they're all under 6 years old. So it was a busy time. Very, very, very busy time in my life. So YouTube kind of took a back seat for a little while. But anyway, fried eggs to get to your question. Yeah, I do have other hobbies. I'm into cars, and I enjoy the odd the video game every once in a while. But yeah, no, I have a Subaru, a 2004 Subaru WRX STI that I like to work on from time to time, and it sometimes takes the back seat to some other stuff. But yeah, it's almost time to put that car away for the year, actually. But it's probably not going to make it on the channel unless you guys really, really, really want to see it if you're into that stuff. But I kind of want to keep this based on you know, irrigation and sprinklers and stuff like that. So I don't want to get off topic too much. Maybe once we grow a little bit and I get a little bit more comfortable with the video editing and get some really, I believe it said it on your, yeah? I'll have to look. But yeah, once I get a little bit better at quality videos, then we can maybe branch off into some other stuff like that. Do some sub sprinkler stuff. So yeah, you know, that was a sprinkler. The 551 was a sprinkler that I worked on for ages to get it to run right. It just needs a ton of those Rainbird golf course sprinklers need a ton of initial pressure to overcome the purge and flush function that Rainbird has. So they just shoot an insane amount of water up through the riser and through the seal before the riser seals on the oh, what the heck I'm talking about here on the riser seal. So it just you need an insane amount of GPM even to get the thing to pop up, and otherwise you're running up to it and you're pulling up on it to try to get it to pop up and you're getting soaked. And once it does pop up, you need that pressure behind it to keep it to keep it up and keep the pressure on that seal to keep it flared out to where it won't leak past. And that's just a function of keeping dirt out of the sprinkler that Rainbird has. Yeah, I have it, but I can't find it. Oh. Yes. But yeah, the golf course sprinklers, I can't really video too many of them just because I'm limited on water, but I am working on something for next year. It's going to be fun. We're going to do a a standalone gas powered pump with an IBC tote. So it's going to be like a 2,000 liter tote. We're going to fill that up and we'll be able to run probably some really big sprinklers with that for at least 5-10 minutes anyway, long enough to get some good video of it, which will be good because you know, it's just seeing those big ones are just it's pretty cool. I like them. What is my all-time favorite sprinkler? That would have to be the Rainbird 5500, which I did a video on just recently. One of my first video back, actually. I did the Rainbird 5500. I searched for that sprinkler for, I think, 5 years. And I tried to, like, new. I could find some used ones, like Parks and Rec would have. But they weren't made for very long. And they weren't that popular because they were expensive. But I just, if you really want to see a sprinkler where they just went all out and packed it full of features with the commercial / heavy residential use in mind, the 5500 series is bar none the best sprinkler that Rainbird's ever made. It just has an insane amount of features. The nozzles are spot on. The beautiful spray patterns, non-strippable gear drives, no set left or right edge. You can move it wherever you want. The 5000 plus is really nice. Yeah, the Rainbirds, they just, you know, the newer Rainbird stuff, and I love Rainbird. I'm not knocking on Rainbird. But the newer Rainbird stuff just does not seem to last like the old stuff. I'll grab I have a 5000 plus here. Grab it. This is a 5000 plus stainless steel model. As you can see, really cool. But listen. Like, it's just not a very elegant sounding sprinkler. You compare that to a Hunter PGP Ultra or an i20. i20 is basically a PGP Ultra. But listen. So much smoother. It's just not... It's the same both ways. If you notice with the Rainbird, it was really coarse one way, really fine the other way. They're awesome sprinklers. I don't know. I wish they never went away with the features of the 5500. And what I will say about the Rainbird 5000s is their slip clutch technology. So they're a fixed stop sprinkler. That's what Rainbird SS models do, and I don't know why. Yeah, it's really strange. So you can go around and around and around with this once it hits its left stop, right? The slip clutch. See? You can even do it with the right side. It's great for initial setting. After a year or two, that slip clutch stops working. So if you want, like, I know it's kind of a moot point because like, when are you ever going to need to adjust the arc after you set it anyway, right? It's in the ground. It's never going to move. But if it does, say it does, or you need to dig up the head, do some landscaping, put the head back down, and you need to adjust the arc, this doesn't work anymore. You try to do this, you hear a crunch, boom, you've killed the head. And I don't know why they stopped working, but it's my biggest pet peeve with the 5000 series rotor. The slip clutch, and that it stops working. I hate it. I wish they could fix that flaw. But this is what I have. I just spent 5 minutes crapping on a 5000 series, and this is what I have in my front yard because it's like a love-hate relationship. I really love the flow stop. You can use it as a adjustment, so you don't have to have it all the way on or all the way off. It's awesome. I love the nozzles. And I love how they don't have a big footprint. They got a really skinny riser. They're really they're not a very big footprint sprinkler. But yeah, no, that's definitely good. Actually, have, now that we're done cleaning, I'll kind of move this stuff. And maybe dig in. Have you guys ever seen one of these Weathermatic Turbo 3? Kind of a weird sprinkler. Listen to that. But yeah, I saw a case of these, had to buy them. They're kind of neat. What else we got in here? I'll have to do a live stream for some spray heads because we got some rain jets new in box. Pretty neat. I had one, but I lost it. You had a 5500 series or a 5000 series stainless steel? If you had a 5500 series, you got to find that thing. Ah, yes. This is oh, the Turbo 3. Yeah, they're cool. They're neat. Got a whole 7005 series rotor. I did a few videos on these back before my little hiatus there last year. These are probably one of Rainbird's best sprinklers now. Sorry, this is the 7000. They don't make the 7000 anymore. But the 8000 series, it is the exact same as the 5500 series. It's just a 1-inch rotor. But that's why I love them so much. I don't have a 5500 in the garage right now. They're out back because I just got done shooting that video. But oh, my collection, it's an accumulation. It's not even a collection at this point. It's just ridiculous. And this has been like, I think I started seriously collecting like 5 years ago. But I had little odds and ends. Like, we're talking like maybe 10 years. 10 years in the making. Like, it's just been every year growing one or two sprinklers, and then sometimes, I'll come across a lot or an estate sale. Estate sales, I've had actually really good luck with estate sales down in the cities. But yeah, as of late, I haven't really got any new stuff just because the prices have gone insane. They've gone nuts. Like, whereas I got this whole case, this is a case of 7005 series rotors. I think I got it for 170 US, which would have been like 220 Canadian at the time. I think I got it like 4 or 5 years ago. Now you couldn't touch a case of these for under 800 bucks. It's crazy. All right, Johnny, you have a good night. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for the support. And hopefully we can keep this up. So, but yeah, the collection has been a very, very, very slow thing coming. And don't feel, be happy with what you got. We're we're all in it for the same reason. We love these things. And it's like any hobby. You don't have to go out there and break the bank trying to keep up with the next guy. It's just a slow little thing. And turtle wins the race, right? But yeah. Exact same features as the 5000. Sorry, I keep saying 5000. 5500 series. But that's what I'm talking about. The double trip points. And I need my own house because I live with my parents. My dad keeps threatening to hit me and stuff. Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, you should definitely get out of that situation, or don't bring a whole bunch of sprinklers into his house. Wait till you get your own house, Johnny. Wait till you get your own house. But stay safe. Don't do anything rash, and hope to see you here again. Maybe not next week, but I'm aiming for one live stream a month. So that should it might go down to one live stream every couple months in the winter, just because I live in Northern Ontario. It gets kind of cold to be shooting sprinkler videos, but I'm gonna find my own place, so that's why I need to get a new house. Well, there you go. That's a goal. That's the goal. Get your own house. I'm certainly not qualified to give life advice, as you can probably tell. Everybody's got their own issues going on, but yeah, stay safe, keep plugging along, keep your eyes on that goal, Johnny. All right. But getting back to the sprinklers, the double trip points is really what makes or breaks a sprinkler, in my opinion. This, like, it is so great. You can just pop this in the ground, move that arc wherever you want it, never ever touch the riser or the head. And now this is the only sprinkler that has it. I'm looking at reed fin. I don't know what that is. What's reed fin? But yeah, it's reed fin. But what do you guys like? So like for the next live stream, it's probably going to be, we'll aim for the end of October, because once November hits, like, there'll be snow on the ground where I live, so the sprinklers will be going away. But we'll aim for end of October. We won't do it on Halloween, don't worry. And maybe we'll do like a day live stream on a weekend. Some redfin. No, that's all right. It's all good. But we'll do some like live sprinkler demonstration. So I'll line up a whole bunch of different ones. We'll maybe build a couple of those stands together, and we can just have fun on an afternoon. You know, we can stream for an hour or two, and we can just run through different setups and run through different sprinklers and whatever you guys have. I'm going to dig out everything because it's all making its way up to this shelf. This shelf wraps around the entire garage, and it's all going up there. It's all going to be cataloged. I'm going to be able to find everything, so it won't be an absolute disaster in here anymore. So maybe we'll aim for that. End of the month, we'll do a live stream with live sprinkler demonstrations. All right, Johnny, take her easy. Thanks for stopping by. But to end this, guys, I'm going to take you up without messing this up here. Does that work? You guys still in here? That's hilarious. I'm going to take you guys in here, switch you around. So here is the Rainbird Maxi Paw. What's your least favorite sprinkler? Least favorite sprinkler. Man. Out of everything, my least favorite sprinkler. I'm going to have to go with... What? I got to come down off the ladder for this one. My least favorite sprinkler. You know, I'm going to have to go with the original Hunter G Series. I'll find it. It's here somewhere. Here it is. Took these all down. You're in my hand now, so sorry about the shakiness. These guys. This is the original PGP. Before they named the PGP, they were the Hunter Professional Series Adjustable Arc. These things are pieces of junk. I could not like a sprinkler less. I had a hard time liking the original PGP. The nozzle design is terrible. The risers just absolutely got chewed up. The riser seals would blow apart all the time. I just didn't like them. Now I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, it's Hunter PGP is the best-selling rotor of all time. It's the most durable, robust rotor of all time." You'll have people argue time and time again, but yeah, probably the original Hunter G Series or the original PGP. Yeah, those guys. But it's really hard. That really made me think when you said least favorite sprinkler. I have one. It's not that great, and it leaks like crazy. Yeah. You'll get that because they did. So this is my entire cataloged so far system. So we got a case of the Nelson 6500s. We got Rainbird 15103, Whiz spelled wrong, just don't mind that E. Water Whiz times 3. We got the 15111 A's times 4. The big Weathermatic RK80. The Toro 340 Shrub rotors, 12 of those guys. So those are the like they're a geared rotor, but they act more like the MP rotators and the rotator nozzles. These haven't made an appearance yet. I've had these forever. The Longini LGR5 ones. Sorry, LGR1 times 5. So there's 5 of them in there. It's getting late, guys. All right. Now this is what I want to show you. Low angle, low gallonage pop-up sprinkler. So this is a 15103, but it is, I've never seen another one. It's a low angle version. So this is going to make its way into a video very, very soon. But we have the medium gallonage over on the side there, the low gallonage in the middle, and then the low angle low gallonage. So that's an in-ground pop-up that's a low angle. So I don't really know what you'd use that for much because these don't shoot that high of an angle anyway. But we're going to get them in there as well. And then we have the Maxi Birds here, the AG5s, which the all gallonage. So they have a bunch of different interchangeable nozzles. So this is, this is just what has to come down off the shelf so far. And then we'll get everything off the ground and everything back where it's supposed to be. That's a rarity. I know, it's crazy. And I bought 4 of the low gallonage sprinklers, and it came in there. I didn't even know I bought it. It was just in the package. Excuse me. But anyway, guys, this has been fun. It's been good. It went a lot better than the last one. You didn't have to see me climbing up, down ladders all the time. And we went through some really cool sprinklers. So I'm going to get all these cataloged. Do you have any green maxi paws? Green maxi paws. Yeah, I do actually. Hold on. We'll see if I can find one. Back up to the top. Green maxi paws. Yeah, these right here. These are green. Oh, I didn't even turn you around yet. Yeah, right there. 2 of the green ones right there. So I would take them out, but they're on there. So that's kind of neat. I have 2 of the green ones. I don't have any black ones actually. Nope, that's a lie. I have this one. Have you ever seen this? Yep. The Click and Go. So this is a black maxi paw, but it comes with a little piece of funny pipe and a little tiny valve box. They're kind of neat. I actually use this. It's in the lawn right now. It's just up near the garden. Yeah, the green maxi paws are rare. I don't know if that's actually is it actually a maxi paw? Like I never understood Rainbird's name, like the mini paw, maxi paw, because this is the LG3, low gallonage 3, AG5, all gallonage 5, right? The MG4, medium gallonage, but these would all be classified as mini paws, because and that would be a maxi paw, just judging by the case design, right? I'm not too clear on that. And like, here's a new low gallonage LG3, like it's a newer one than these, obviously, and it's still in the mini paw case. So I don't know. Somebody educate me on those, because I would love to know. But anyway, I'm going to leave it off there, guys, because this has gone on now for 1 hour and 20 minutes. It's been a lot of fun. We've gone through a lot of different sprinklers. I'm going to continue to catalog all this stuff. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Check out, like, all the videos that I shot. a couple years ago, and I got some really good stuff from this. I got some really good stuff from this summer too. But we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep the channel alive, and we're gonna keep the videos coming. So I hope to get a lot of stuff shot before the snow gets here, so I can kind of release a video probably like every week in the winter. So it'll be hopefully we'll be able to continue on with that. You guys won't have to wait an entire like 4 or 5 months for me to upload another video. But we can do more lives like this. We can dig into sprinklers. We can do some technical documentation. We can do some deconstruction, some nozzle changeouts, whatever you guys want to see. Just leave a comment. If you like the videos, if you like the lives, drop a like. You guys are all subscribed, so thanks. Will you be live tomorrow? I won't be live tomorrow. I gotta work, so I gotta go to work, and then 3 kids keep me busy at night. So I'm gonna try to go live once a month, and I'm gonna try to do. This is the second time this month, just because I'm trying to get more comfortable with it, and I'm gonna try to do it on the weekends, just so that I can, have the time to stay on for more than an hour, and I won't be rushed to get things done at night during the week. So hopefully we can keep this going. But what I was saying is, like, we can do whatever you guys want to do. Like, comment, share this with your friends who like sprinklers or irrigation or anything, and we can have some fun on these streams. So with that in mind, guys, I'm going to leave you to have a wonderful Sunday night. What's left of it anyway. And I'm going to get out the pen and paper and catalog this gigantic mess of impacts that we just took out of their home that they've been in for the last 3 years. So thanks for tuning in. Feel free to come by anytime. And I appreciate all the support. I really do. And I hope to see you guys at the next one. All right. Good night, guys.